What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday, we absolutely went crazy last night on the NBA slate. We ended up cashing the entire three-man on the main YouTube video that you guys saw. Every single play came through and we locked in on a 3-0 clean sweep. Absolutely. Get the brooms out. If you've been telling the plays lately, you already know, guys, the board has been treating us pretty well. But before we jump into the picks, as always, make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're posting plays consistently and trying to stay one of the first places you can find solid NBA props every night. And of course, if you want the play of the day and the best slips we're running every single night, go inside and check out my free membership on Winnable. The link is in the description. So if you want access to the full card, extra slips, and the community, make sure to check the link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, with that being said, I've got a very strong card today. There's a three-man slip. As we speak, guys, we're on a 7-0 streak. Yes, a 7-0 streak. Well, actually, it's another 6-0 streak. Excuse me. Looking at the current slip that we have tonight, it looks like it's going to cash out. I've got Jeremy Grant currently with 9 points. He just needs to have 19.5, over 19.5 points and assists. At the end of the first quarter against Charlotte, he's already got 9 points. So he's clearing that. The pace that he's on, he's going to hit that very easily. So I'm not even worried about that. The other three slips on the four-man, if you subscribe to the VIP and got my bonus plays, the four-man slip had CJ McCollum, Daniel Gafford, and Nehemias Quetta. Those all three cashed. So that currently has us at a 6-0 streak, guys. Very exciting. Like I said, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, if you haven't joined the membership in the VIP on Winnable, you're totally missing out. But before we get into the picks and dive in on the three-man card for tonight, I have a special offer to share with you guys. Okay, so I do run a VIP, as I had mentioned, where I post the plays every single day. However, you have access. I'll give you free access if you subscribe to Better. All right. So Better is a platform that's currently running a promotion where if you sign up, right now they're running a limited time offer for $200 and no sweat entries, right? So that means that you get 2 anytime tokens worth up to $100 each. So if your entry loses, right, you get the bonus back and you can run it all over again, right? So it's a sweet deal. It's one of the better promos out right now. Once you sign up, send me a screenshot. You see it on the screen here. Send a screenshot to the phone number 832-596-9267, and I'll give you free access to my Winnable group. And don't forget to download the app Better and use my code +1. You see it here on the screen, PLUS1, and I'll hook you up. Also, if you're already using Better, I have another provider that's running a pretty good promo as well. That is Novig, right? So Novig has a promotion where if you spend $5, you get $50, right? Just deposited to your account. So, I mean, I don't understand if you don't take advantage of it. I mean, it's free money. That's the way you build your bankroll, guys, by stacking up free bonuses as much as you can. If you use my code PLUSUNIT that you see here on the screen, that's PLUSUNIT. If you use that code and send me a screenshot, I'll be able to get you free access to my Winnable with all of my VIP plays. All right. So with that being said, guys, we're just going to move into the first pick. All right. So the first pick is going to be Nikola Jokic, over 36.5 points and assists. I really like this play. He's going up against the Houston Rockets out there in Denver. It's a home game for them. If you look at Outlier, that's one of my main tools that I like to use, outlier.bet. Looking at the stats over the past 5 games, the Joker is hitting that number at an 80% clip. Okay, so An 80% clip, that's a strong number. Over the last 10 games, he's hitting it at a 70% clip. And then over the past 20 games, it's at a 60% clip. So it's over 36.5 points and assists. It looks like FanDuel currently has it at minus 112 draft, or PrizePicks has it at minus 119. An even more compelling stat line I thought was very interesting is the Houston Rockets that he's going against, the opposing centers. They're kind of middle of the pack to a lower tier defense when it comes to assists and points allowed. So that's an even more compelling argument. The only red flag that we'll run into is he's had three matchups against the Rockets this season. Two of those games he went over 36.5 points and assists. The last game he only had 30 points and assists. The problem I think he could run into is foul trouble, because he's going against, they run their offense. The Rockets run it through obviously KD, and then he's got to go up against Şengün. So Denver uses Jokic as the centerpiece of their offense in terms of everything they do. In the previous matchup, Houston's physical front court has tried to slow him down, but forcing him to battle inside and making him work defensively as well. That physicality can lead to foul trouble, as I had mentioned, which is something Jokic has had to manage in this matchup before. But even with those challenges, I think his ability to break down the defenses with both scoring, or the defense with scoring and elite passing, remains one of his biggest advantages. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to hit this number. I think it's totally undervalued. So that jumped out on the board as the first pick. The second pick, before we move into the second pick, just wanted to show you my slate here. That's going to be Paolo Banchero at over 27.5 points and assists. He's with the Magic. He's going up against the Cleveland Cavs. So Jared Allen is out, so he'll be going up against either Dean Wade or sometimes Evan Mobley, right? And then some of their backup bigs coming in the game. But I like Paolo Banchero over 27.5 points and assists. Looking at the numbers here, he's hitting that clip at a 60% clip over the past 5 games, 3 out of 5. Over the past 10 games, he's hitting it at a 70% clip. Over the past 20 games, he's hitting it at a 55% clip. So he drops a little bit, but anything at 55% or above, I'm taking it all day. Also, an even more compelling stat line. Cleveland's defense is a lower tier defense. They're like bottom, 5 to 7, well, really 4 to 7 in the league when it comes to opposing power forwards, giving up points and also assists. And Paolo Banchero, he's a top power forward, right? He's a top power forward. He's kind of a elite talent, so I don't see why he wouldn't be able to hit that number pretty easily. Head to head, he's hit that number pretty much every game this season that he's faced the Cavs. He was at, it looks like, 29 points and assists in the first game of the season, or the first matchup. And then the second matchup, he was at 41 points and assists. So, yeah, I'm locking that in all day long, okay? All right. So that is the second one. And then the third one, we're going to swing back over to that Denver-Houston matchup. The third one I like is Aaron Gordon. I know he's coming off of a hamstring injury, but I like Aaron Gordon on the under here on three-pointers made. As far as three-pointers made, if we look at the last 5 games, he's hitting that at a 60% clip. Like I said, I know he was out the last game, actually, a couple nights ago, or last night against OKC. He'd actually hit 2, so he went over. But, I don't see him consistently hitting that number, being the fact that he's getting back in the swing of things. Over the past 10 games, he's hitting it at a 60% clip, even more compelling. 20 games, it looks like it's at a 50% clip, so it's like, okay, whatever, That's one red flag that sticks out. But the more compelling argument here, again, is the matchup. So it looks like, Houston is, the bottom tier defense when it comes to 3-pointers given up by a power forward. So they're like in the bottom 5 or 6 teams as far as giving up 3-pointers at 1.8. Actually allowing 3-pointers, my apology. At allowing 3-pointers, they're actually the top team in the league as far as giving up 3-pointers to opposing power forwards. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. So yeah, it is totally green here on my screen. So yeah, that's my third pick. That's a nice 3-man play. Hopefully we can go, 10-0. Like I said, the last game on my slate for my VIP plays, the bonus play is Jeremy Grant. And like I said, it's getting close to him hitting that over points and assists. So if that happens, we'll go 7-0, guys. I mean, come on. You gotta check out the VIP group because it's a lot of information there. We're helping people build their bankroll and stack units, most importantly. Before we wrap things up, guys, we're just gonna swing back over to Better. Again, as I had talked about, Better's offering a $200 no sweat entry. If you download their app, use my code +1 PLUS1. You get that $200 no sweat entry at 2 tokens each, and then I'll send you two $100 tokens each, and then I'll send you free access to my winnable if you send me a screenshot with your sign up using my code at Better. And like I said, you'll get free VIP access. But guys, that's where we're at. We're going to stay consistent in terms of what we're doing. And those are my official plays of the day. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys are tailing, fading, what you liked, what you didn't like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Signing off.